Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Let me check if everything is fine here. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And let's get this thing going very soon, if everything is fine here. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And let's get this thing going very soon. Afternoon or evening, wherever you are. And let's get this thing going very soon, if everything is fine here. Something is just not working here. So I'm just dealing with some technical problems, but maybe... So, do you hear me now? Let's see. Okie dokie. Okay. Chat says everything is fine. So I'm gonna leave it at that then. Okie dokie. Let me see. Okay, everything's okay. Then everything is okay. Everything is all good. Then everything is all good. So, what sort of news do we have? News is only these services. Today is Tuesday. So I still only consider these on Friday to be relevant. Friday. Okay. Then, what else are we doing? Starting from monthly. This is the monthly. This is a monthly level here. It happens to be the weekly as well. So I've already marked that one out. The weekly, still bullish. Don't see anything wrong with dipping below it real quick and then recovering and continuing. Not too bad. This can be the bottom wick, and now it just keeps going. Yes, nothing wrong here, nothing to see. And then on the daily, let's see, daily, there's no level here, nothing there. And let me see, stupid trend lines. More often than not, they actually show something. From that point of view, we can go all the way back and retest this. It's actually not so great of a level. This is gapping up and down is just a stupid situation here. What can it do? What can it do? Obviously taking previous day high and taking previous day low. And that's sort of a something like this. But then it took 2 days to do that move. I think that was the issue they was trying to solve, that something is lagging. But yeah, it's just there are no good levels here. Nothing, nada. So we need to find something on the 4 hour then. This here is order block land. Okay, quite an accumulation of orders here, which have then broken the low, so it's sort of significant. Market open in a minute. We do have a, oh wait, let me do the daily commentary here first. So from the daily, no good levels anywhere. Okay, good, no good levels, but we are bullish. So you can only take previous high and low as liquidity. That's it. I wouldn't take anything else. Then the 4 hour. Oh, the 4 hour can so just smash through this. And this was a 4 hour. This was previous day high. Oh, I like, it's dumping already. So it has taken some high here. Bear in mind, you don't need to hit the upper part. Rejecting here is totally fine. So this here is nice liquidity. I do not trust this for a second. No. Like thinking we bounce and we go higher. Nope. Wouldn't trust it. I'd rather we take the highs and then we just completely slice through this one. Do we have any examples? No, I don't even have examples here. Hey. Not often that we have a 4 hour like this. Oh, here. Yeah. Higher and bam. Completely smashed down. But the difference is now the EMA is a green. Here it was banged against the 50. So yeah. 4 hour could take liquidity higher. PD high. And then take PD low. Well, I mean that's literally it for our next 4 hour level. And then you will go from this 4 hour just checking my own stream here if everything works. So there we go. Yeah, something like that makes sense. Just checking my own. I do mark out this 4 hour stream here if everything works. So there we go. Let's see if it works. So this is bullish. Yeah, something like that makes sense. Just checking my own. I do mark out like this 4 hour stream here if everything works. So there we go. Let's see if it works. So this is bullish. Yeah, something like that makes sense. Just checking my own. I do marking like this 4-hour stream here if everything works. Well, this thing is pumping now. Pumping. 1 hour, you have touched this. You do have a level down here. Is that a typical pump at market open with a massive dump following? Might will be here. I wouldn't get excited about the pump. Now you have taken this. Doesn't mean that we necessarily have to dump straight away. Could still just go way higher. It's just I don't like when you take the obvious highs. I don't want to be the guy that does a breakout long here. I'd rather wait for a retest and then it goes somewhere higher. But this thing is going to the moon right now. Let me see, so this was pretty high. I mean, from this point of view, I would prefer to do that. So it fakes at someone. Wow, what a pumperoni. One hour, strongly bullish. May not retrace as far. Check for long 1 hour wicks for lower lick. That's what I would look for. I've tried to short previous day high in a bullish market. It didn't work. So I would rather, if it takes this low, let's say, so either this or that, one of these two. Yeah, okie dokie. This is quite far down. So this, that, liquidity here. Yeah, okay. The 4 hour in itself, retouch of the 4 hour, bullish engulfing, only 21 more minutes. So yeah, taking the previous 4 hour low. This is now a 30-minute order block. Equal to 15-minute. I like this as a liquidity. Taking this because you still have an order block here. So this would be the key. cool would that be? But yeah, always a bit suspicious about these boner candles. Not interested whatsoever in anything here. To be honest, this bullish engulfing was your entry, but would I have taken the trade a minute after New York Open? I don't think so. Very unlikely. Very unlikely. We're not doing anything with AMP here. So obviously after this rise, you're so bloody far away from the EMAs. You're not doing anything besides waiting. I'm not longing, I'm not shorting. Just waiting for my setup to appear. What is this? Oh, we're already up 130 points. Easy. Easy peasy. Sometimes you just gotta be a bit patient, okay? Like this would be perfect to do. And then as soon as you close above here, above a step, you pack your bags and along with everything you have. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? But right now this is a bit stupid. There's the point of control over here. Oh yeah, did we say there are some news Tuesday? No, I think there was nothing on Tuesday. Yeah. I mean, you turn off this and there's always something. Oh, there's a speech. Oh, Fed. Powell was speaking 1 a.m. here. I think it was 8 p.m. US time. But yeah, I don't care about those news. I only care about the PPIs, CPIs, and FOMC, NFP. Those are the ones that I look out for. It's basically those that are not allowed to be traded on a lot of prop firms. Those are the ones that I look out for. The other ones are just not relevant, in my opinion. Please take my... Get to my little zone here. Yeah, I don't care about this zone. This is irrelevant. I care about the order block that is sitting behind liquidity. Could I short now? Yes. Does it make sense? No, it's not my style. I'm looking for something to wick past all of this. Bounce on something behind. That's more my style. Let's see, opening range. What time is it now? Opening range is set in a minute. Something like this. Do I need to turn the magnet? Oh no, not like that. Do I need to turn it? Does it come down quicker like that? Maybe. Did we say there are levels here? 4 hour here, 4 hour there. Just to know, you know, it is 100, 200 points away, but well, Nasdaq likes to do that for breakfast. Yeah, now looking at it, looks less likely that we're dumping anywhere. But the strategy is still the same. Look for trapped shorts. Bloop. Yeah, and that would be this one lost. But yeah, I'm just not very interested in shorting. Oh, there we go. It's a weekly point of control. Of course, you get some reaction, 595 here. Doo-doo. So I think this is gonna take a while to build something meaningful, at least for me. I'm not gonna take this either. This is just a bit too big of a move for me. I notice I don't have VWAP on at all. Yeah, VWAP, opening range low, VWAP bounce, take liquidity. You don't even have to take this liquidity, you can just take the opening range low. Yeah, so until something happens, I'm gonna make a coffee. I'll be right back. Maybe there's a trade here. Is there a trade? Chat. Should we short? No, I don't short. It looks tempting though. It looks tempting. A little bit of a fake out. Looks like it's going higher and then it doesn't. I'd rather just wait for it to be down here, VWAP, a little bit of a bounce. And then we continue the journey higher. Because we're just rejecting nicely from this point of control. Weekly naked point of control. We can go back to the weekly value area high. So the reason why I don't short is I've been burned too many times trying to time the reversal. As you can see here, these EMAs are green, these EMAs are green, these EMAs are green, and these EMAs are green. That's not a good recipe for shorting when everything is just green. I'm waiting for taking some lows, be it these or these, and then riding the momentum higher because all EMAs are green. Simple rule. Saved me a lot of losses. I could short here and it could go lower, or I just wait for it to be lower and I trade it higher. That's the higher probability play for me. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, there's still news in 5, so it's still gonna take a little bit. And we're back. Still tradeless. But I'm rather without trade than without capital. So let's see. You see, this is where it just keeps going higher. If we get a retracement from here, well, what would I expect? Bounce somewhere, either on this level or somewhere on these levels, and then go higher. But why would I want to try to short here? Why wouldn't it just go higher here? Nothing says it's going to reverse here. I'm just trying to I'm just imagining this line, how it would keep on going higher and higher and higher. And generally it does keep on going higher while the EMAs are green. Keep in mind, it only reverses once, but it keeps on going higher probably 10 times. What's the 1 hour saying? 1 hour also says higher. Everything says higher because the EMAs are green. But yeah, this area is nice. Would be nice for a long wick down. Whee! And then continuing. That would be my preferred scenario. Probably won't play out though. But taking the opening range low, liquidity. I notice that's what it often does. Because I try to play the breakout of this and then, oh, we're going lower. And then all it does, it prints one bullish engulfing and boo, goes to the other side. So I stopped trying to trade the opening range. And instead I'm just waiting. And I have no problem just waiting for the next 2 hours. And just like that, we've taken the opening range high. So how likely would it have been for me to try to short this for a full-on reversal? Chances are zip nada. It went higher. It's actually a nice 5-minute bullish engulfing. When was that? Well, at 3, yeah, at 3. Now it's the news thing and the speech. So yeah, just making its way up to the 4 hour. But what are we waiting for? We're waiting for some trapped shorts. A fairly simple criteria in my understanding. Wait for a yellow candle. Wait for it to be violated. Similar to here. But the retracement was not big enough. That's why I didn't consider it. And it would be better to just take a low. Like, something like that. Take the lows. And then violate one of those steps. Actually, let me... What am I doing? Let me turn on the alert for my bearish engulfings once per bar close, so that I don't sleep on it when I get a nice little yellow candle. I mean, basically, don't we have a trade here? Some trapped shorters here. Can still take that and, well, basically, why not continue here? Works nicely with the 5 minute here as well. Touch the 5 minute. 15 doesn't have anything. 30, oh, those are the top of the 30. And the 1 hour, previous 1 hour. Just looking for a little bit of a pullback here. But yeah, if it's one of those days where it's just outside of the valley area the whole day, as in here outside of the valley area, bounces from the point of control, again outside of valley area, it can just stay there the whole time. Oh, there we go, now we have a bearish engulfing. It's finally happening. So this will be the trade so far, with this as the lowest trap shorts. Where was the liquidity over there? These highs? Oh yeah, okay. Quite likely that we actually take these highs today. So this would be a nice liquidity. I don't like this 5 minute, but there is that 5 minute where it can wick lower, close above, still resulting in a higher 5 minutes. Okay. Always think, what if I entered at my stop loss? Still waiting for an obvious trade. This is not obvious so far for me.
wrestler for 6 years. She now holds 4 titles, including one in England. And oh, by the way, her mom has been her tag team partner.
This girl has such an interesting story, and her personality is awesome. She is making complete moves. Before Power Slap 13, she had just relocated to Houston to take her pro wrestling career to the next level, going to train at Booker T's Reality of Wrestling School. Now, she is the women's champion there, so good for her. She said the WWE Hall of Famer originally was not on board with her competing in Power Slap, but he saw what she was capable of, and he's like, okay, I'll let you do your thing. Now, aside from leaning on her wrestling for training, Holly Hood says she is a sponge. During fight week, she soaks up all she can from the veterans. She said this time she's coming with the same sound technique, but a whole lot more power, guys.
Yeah, she says she doesn't get too much time to train, though, because she's just wrestling all the time. And professional wrestling, yes, okay, it's choreographed or whatever, but I'm telling you, it's very, very athletic. They're leaping through the air. They're very strong, physical fit. She's going to be ready. And look at this, putting on a show. Being a little offensive.
Ellie Dempster, 28 years old, currently living in Las Vegas, originally from Canada, one of the biggest crypto martial artist influencers in the country. She's working with Power Slap sponsor V-Chain, doing a lot of content and interviews during fight week. A very interesting young lady is Ellie Dempster.
Yeah, she made her debut back.
How can you hear what I'm watching? Well, still waiting for something to happen here. This is a 3 o'clock high. Hello. Can you hear me here? Can you hear me now? Let me test this. Pau? What is this now? Can you hear the music now? That's not the point. Yeah, it's I want to play something and you don't hear it. That's why I'm wearing the earphones. Because I thought the sound goes into my earphones and only the microphone. It says here. Now you also heard the whistle? Do you hear the music now? Now you don't hear the music? How is that? What did I do different now? But you can hear me. So now we're finally getting some steps here. Okay. So we need to close higher than here. Finally, it's also confluence with the 50 here. It's just I always like a little bit of a more of a retracement, longer drawn out. But you gotta take what you get. So here we have a step, and I'm looking to reclaim that. Confluence with opening range high, 50. It would be better if you just take this low, for example. Then it would look nice. Taking a low and then continue the rise. Like this now. Yeah. Given that we were on the 50, I could take that. I just don't like it. I don't like the immediate. No, I skip it. I'll And that's the gut feeling that I had that it won't work out. And here is the more elaborate pullback, as I said. So, and once again, this would be the opening range fake out. That's why I don't like the opening range. I don't know how you guys are trading that. Like, surely we've closed the 15-minute candle outside of it. Let's see. Let's have a look at those. What looks good? So as we are on this yellow candle, on the 1 hour, have we taken? Yeah, we have taken some liquidity up here. Nicely flickering. The 1 hour likes to return to the last base. So this is the last base here. Alternatively, it's that one. So now we're just waiting for the 1 minute signal. There we go. There would be the liquidity, but it's missing a step, right? Without a step, this doesn't mean a lot. The last step was created up here. So we'll watch the 5 minute. And yes, we still have not taken any trade. But yeah, as I said, I'm waiting for the more elaborate pullback. This is the more elaborate pullback. I'm not saying it's over, but this is the start. Now the value area low is at 440. Just below here. Might provide for a good bounce below these lows and on this order book. Would be nice to get involved there. This is a nice change in state level. So, what was that thing with the 4-hour level? Oh, that's brilliant. I like this level very much. You can wick all the way down here, get onto this 4-hour order block, which happens to be the top of the 1 hour and this quite significant other level. I don't hate it. It's also the value area low, 440, 420, pretty much the same. Can wick a little bit lower. Yeah, 50-minute bearish engulfing, looking good. No step created. Quite unlikely that this is a liquidity grab. This is more more likely to, yeah, so this 4 hour, don't care about that. Like this. So if you're not support, you might be resistance, especially after a huge bearish engulfing. But again, still, I do not trade it. I would rather trade this down here than this up here. Let's see. If you close below this again, so if you close lower, then you're opening up the door for lower. A bearish engulfing violating a bullish engulfing. Onto the 5-minute. Well, we might be onto something. And that's why I don't short unless I have the confirmation here. I'm not sure what we're bouncing from. But this is not working out. So, yeah, this aged well. That's the point. If we do not close lower, then, well, the line chart will tell us quite clearly that we're going higher. And that's the whole point of having all these EMAs, shenanigans. Yeah. So now the only trade I would see is this one here. I take that. Take liquidity lower, bounce from there, and well, this is the last high. So would that be 20 points? -15-minute close is that. What else? Oh, okay, also 30 minutes. The 1 hour is just a long ass wick. Once you close above here, well, then we technically have a level to play here as well. This one I would, whoa, this can go. This can go. Yeah, here you would see dip into the EMAs. Perfect reaction. So I'm gonna buy this one. Who knows if we'll get there? I don't know. This, oh, this is a bit of an order block, but it's counter trend, so therefore it's less relevant. The simple trade would be this. So as I said, I do not know where we have bounced from here. There's not really a level. So I'll just watch this. Still haven't taken a trade. Yeah. It's funny because this is also a level here. I thought this, the line I can do in white, no? What is it? That. Just a little bit brighter. No, maybe this one. This one I don't. But this one I make a bit brighter. Wow. Okay. If higher, then... Well, there was never a trade. There was never a short. Because all the EMAs are nicely green. But what we will get is a 5-minute close above here. Then you have violated this level. 15 minutes. You have also violated that as an order block. It's quite unlikely that he comes back here, I would say. It's more likely to just have a continuation here. But where would you put a stop loss? There? Just give me someone trapped. My goodness. Wait the whole day already. So again, we are at the top of the range. I do not like a continuation here. Unless you print a yellow candle here and then you close higher. Then I like it. Otherwise, I don't. This is amazing. Keep in mind that the 15 minutes down here can still be played. 573 actually. Still no trap shorts, okay. So now market structure definitely bullish. Waiting for a retracement. And some yellow candles. Just give me yellow candles, man. Yellow appearing. Good Lord. Give me a signal. So on a 15 minutes we have closed higher, so therefore you should only wick onto this level, okay? But I'm not happy with just taking such a low R trade. More looking for a retracement, wee, and then continue higher. Like, yes, we have closed higher, so now look for the lowest possible acceptable trade. Yeah, somewhere here in the 15-minute close. This is in an alternative universe. I would long this 1 minute. This is not very relevant for me now. Not very relevant. This would be a 3R. And yep, once again, I'm not a buyer up here. Just like I wasn't a buyer up here. Looking for a retracement, a buy downhill. I don't short up here, I don't buy up here, I just don't trade up there. Oh, it would be great if you actually close the 15-minute up there. Still nothing. Wee, there we go. What is that? 4 o'clock. Bit of volatility here. Okay. So 2R is here, 34 points. Something like that. Okay, now we gotta set up here. Close the heck higher. Liquidity grab and higher. And then continue. Okay. Step higher. Preferably with a bullish engulfing. Perfect. You are doing everything correct. And I buy this. Probably a little bit premature. A little bit quick, this one. But I'll give it a try nonetheless. Like this. Let's see, 712. It might work, it might not work. But I like the long wick onto this little order block. Nice continuation. 5 minute EMAs. 15. It would have wicked onto this order block here. I actually put stop loss below the yellow candle. .57 points. So my trade right now looks something like that. Something like this, and I hope for continuation. Let's see. But yeah, I don't necessarily like this because it is at the highs. I like it more if it's down here. And yeah, I'm about to get stopped out here. The safer option would be wait for this to be violated. Yeah, and about to be stopped out. That's fine. It just didn't work. Once again, no, I don't like it. Don't like it, don't like it. There will be better trades. Finally, we're getting a step here now. And this now looks good for finally coming down here. There we go, completely obliterated this level. But yeah, still haven't seen a good setup though. This one up here was a bit forced. I'm now targeting this one. So in the absence of a step, anything that builds here is more likely to be a bear flag. So I would rather like to short this when the opportunity comes. I mean, if you only take it like that. Nah, but you cannot possibly hold. You've just printed the second 15-minute bearish engulfing. This one should be your barrier. I don't want to short into VWAP. Bloody heck. Really? You take the lows again and bounce from there? You do the same thing twice? No, you don't make a bullish engulfing here. Are you kidding me? Still want to trade a continuation here. Close below here and on you go. Oh, literally shorting into VWAP. I don't like it, but only wicks lower. Wicks don't count. Yeah, there we go. We're getting through somewhere. I'm shorting now. Well aware that this was still only a wick, but we have closed lower than the bullish engulfing. I'll put my stop above all this stuff here. Oh, come on. Am I the idiot again? Jesus. Am I the liquidity here? Okay, there we go. Moving. We are moving. Oh. We're turning green on the day. So that's that, and can let that run for a little bit longer. Bum, bum, bum. So that's this one here. Stop loss at entry 422, which is this 1 hour. So far there's no step. Latest step is up here at VWAP. Yeah. It should reach it, really. But I mean, you don't want to be greedy, right? Just take it here. Okay. Green on the day. That's all that counts. And 519 down to 76. What is that? 25 and 20, 45 points down here. Noise. Rationale was we have violated an order block. So if you don't bounce, then I was looking for a trapped longer, right? If I want to go higher, I'm looking for trapped shorts. If I want to go lower, I'm looking for trapped longs. This bullish engulfing shows me there are trapped longs. And as soon as we close lower, so here, I shorted. It's just, I got to fill down here. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day. And this now looks good for way lower, to be honest. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for today. We're green on the day. That's all that matters. Let me see if I can show you actually how to show. Oh, here. There we go. Green on the day. That's all that matters. All right. Okie dokie. And that's me.